GPS, everybody's jumping on a bandwagon, including me. I have a GPS installed on my quad, and by the way, shout out to Steve down at Hangar 18 Hobbies in Cary, North Carolina. He put it on for me. I was a little tied up and didn't have time, so got the quad back and put it in the air. Everything is working fine. Now, GPS, you can use it two different ways, maybe more. But anyway, for me, it's pretty much a quad locator or a return to home fail-safe thing. Well, I guess you could use it for both. But anyway, for me, I wanted to use it as a quad locator only. I'm not interested in return to home. So what I did, I got the quad back on the ground and I wanted to check and make sure that the GPS coordinates were good. So in the OSD, I had the GPS longitude and latitude readout. I copied those down and went into Google Maps, entered them into Google Maps, and something ain't right. Okay, I came into the computer and got on Google Maps, put in my information for my location. It put a pin here for where I am, which is correct. Then while the quad was still outside and powered up, I took the GPS longitude and latitude off of the OSD and brought it in, put those numbers in right here and hit enter. And what it showed was my quad was supposed to be down here, which is 50 miles away from where I actually am. So something's way off. So of course I'm thinking, well, what happened? Did I do something wrong when I was configuring it? Is the unit itself wrong? Wasn't sure. Or bad out of the box? I didn't know. So started doing a little bit of research on the internet and come across a website that was talking about GPS units, and it mentioned in there magnetic declination. And I thought, well, yeah, that may be what I'm looking for. So I went to a site that will calculate your magnetic declination of your location. All right, this is the site where I went to get the magnetic declination number. And I apologize, I can't get it any clearer than this, but I'll put a link down at the bottom so that you can go to it. The way you do this is enter your city in right here. It's going to be very close to where you're at. Once you click on that, then just use your scroll button and scroll in and find your exact location. All right, this is the street that I live on right here. Let me blow it up even a little bit more so you can see. Okay, there's the street that I live on, and I'm going to say my house is right there. So click on that, and it's giving me a number, magnetic declination number of 9.8. Let me highlight that. I'm sorry, it's a negative 9.8 degrees. Now you don't have to be real particular about this. I can move down here 300 foot away and click on it, left click, and it's giving me the same number. So this part right here of getting the magnetic declination number is not real critical as far as location. Just get somewhere close. That's all you have to do. And then what you'll do with that is take that number and go back into BetaFlight and change BetaFlight. All right, here in BetaFlight, I went over to the configuration tab, scrolled down till I got to the GPS section, and I made two changes in here. At the auto detect tab here, I changed that to North American. I'm in America, and also added the declination number that we got off of the page. Mine was negative 9 degree 8 minutes. I'm going to enter in a negative 9.8. After you've made the changes, go down, save, and reboot. Now unplug the quad. We'll take it outside. And here's how you actually make the corrections to zero in on a better location. I took my quad outside, and this is a location of my property, and I put my quad about right there. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to right click, and it gives me a drop down box. I'm going to click on what's here. Now down here at the bottom, I don't know if you can see it good on the screen or not, but anyway, there's a GPS number. Left click it, and what it does, it takes the information from there, puts it up here in the GPS, and then it also puts a pin right there exactly where my quad is. I'm going to adjust this camera for just a little bit there. Okay, so the pin is exactly where my quad is. Now, what you do is hook the battery up and get a GPS location number while the quad is sitting right there. Now, what that number will represent is a change that you've already made in the GPS section of BetaFlight, which in my case was -9.8. So I got those numbers, GPS location numbers, off of the OSD, took them up and put them up here in the Google Maps search thing, and it gave me another location. So it said that my quad is, according to the numbers, is sitting right there. Okay, right here. Now, actually, it's not. We know that. It's sitting about right here. But originally, it said I was 50 miles away, so I made one change with the -9.81, and now it's saying it's here within 20 or 30 feet of my quad. That's a pretty good change, very, very close. But what I want to do is get a little bit closer than that. So I'm going to go back into BetaFlight and make another change. So take your quad, bring it into the house and hook up to BetaFlight. And what I'm going to do is go again here to the declination number. Now I'm going to change mine to a 0.7. All right, go back, save and reboot. Come back out. Now we're going to take the quad back out and put it right where it was before, same spot. We're going to take an OSD reading, GPS with the latitude and longitude. I'm going to take those numbers and I'm going to put them up here in the Google Maps. All right, I've done that. Now, watch kind of close here. This is my second change. Okay, it moved a little bit further. It was up here and moved down to here. My quad is right here, so I'm only about 7-8 feet. Let me take you back here for a second. That's where the quad is actually sitting after the second change. It's saying the quad is right there, which I say is like, 6, 7, 8 feet, whatever it is. I can't get any closer with this GPS unit. It's only accurate to within, I believe it's 2.5 meters, so I'm as close as I can get. Now what I want to show you about how good this can help you out is, let's have a hypothetical situation. I'm here flying around and I lose my quad, don't know where it went to. So what I'll do is take my goggles and back things up a little bit and find out the last GPS location that's showing on my goggles. And by the way, I record every flight. And also another way you can do it, if you don't want to record your flight, if you have a XSR transmitter, receiver, there's others that do this, but the XSR, which I have in my quad, will transmit the latitude and longitude back to my Taranis radio, so I can get the numbers from there. But at any rate, here's what happens. Quad flies away. I get, by whatever means I can, the last GPS latitude and longitude, and I plug it into Google Maps. Now you can do it here at the house as we've been doing, or you can actually do it on your smartphone out in the yard, the field, wherever you're at. Plug in those numbers and it's going to give you a location of where the last GPS locator was. So I did that. I just made up a number and I stuck it in, and it says, instead of being here, obviously my quad got lost and it went up to there, and that is 2,246 feet away. Now I've got a place now I can actually go and start looking for my quad. Without that, who knows where it would have went. It went, totally out of sight, so I'd never find it. Now, what I want to stress to you is if I did not go back in and change these settings in BetaFlight to make my GPS locator very, very accurate, then it would do me no good if I lost my quad to type in the GPS coordinates, because if you remember from the first part of the video, my original location, the GPS said that it was down south of me 50 miles. So if I would hadn't changed that, I go ahead and enter in the GPS locator, it's going to say that my quad is 50 miles away. So you can do what you want, obviously, but for me, 20 minutes, half hour to get this zeroed in gives me peace of mind that I can at least get close to where my quad is if it becomes lost. Hope you never have to use this, but if you do, I hope it'll help you out. Thanks for watching.